And I was looking at another Star Wars word, the Sith, and I'm going to bring it to you kind of in the same format, the Taurus or the Ra format. This is the Ra symbol, and so I'm going to bring it to you from with a center core and an outer valence field.
Hi there, just breaking in on the video. I just want to reassure you that the more that you become accustomed to these type of decodes, the easier and more fluent it will be. If we had taught this to you as a child, it would be just easy schmeezy. And this valence decode that I do, it has a basis all the way from the atom, the seed, to the fruit, and the Star of Ra. So I do think it's a really valid way to decode, and I hope you guys will just be patient, and it's going to get easier, okay?
Sort of the same. This is what I would call a Vesca Pisces Taurus valence, and you can do this with the numbers, and you'll see some of the structure. I'm trying to learn the structure, you know, how and why, how did they build the English language with the numbers? How did they build it to work? We know that they worship Ra, and I don't really know what that all means, but just trying to decode this and understand more. So anyway, if you take the core here, which is the center two letters of I and T, so that's a 9 and a 20, that's 29, and the digital root of that is 11. And then you take the outer, which is the S, which is a 19, and the H is an 8, and that adds to a 29, and the digital root of that is 9. So it's interesting, you know, that they just keep using this, and it's been here all along. It's not, you know, we just didn't know how to see it. So anyway, I'm not exactly sure what to make of this. It just seems like they just are encoding everything with this, or you know, and it could just be the basic structure of English, that they built English to have this inner and this outer core. But we do know that the Ra gematria matters. This is this symbol of target. This is the symbol of NBC, and they have also the Ra ship in the form of their peacock feather. If you watch the Wayne Herschel videos, he'll show you how on the Egyptian papyrus Ra lands on the back of a sphinx. This is his ship, and it looks just like this. So we know that they worship Ra. And I don't know what all that means, because I don't worship Ra. I didn't grow up as an insider. I don't know what it means, so I'm trying to figure out what it means. But if we look at, you know, and I didn't know that our language was encoded with numbers until recently. I learned gematria and I started decoding. And if we use this symbol, and also it's the same as the snake biting its own tail, which is a very ancient symbol. If we use this symbol and we use the words, we add it to the words and look at the outer core and the inner core, we can learn a lot about how they built the language and what these words really mean. You know, and it could be distortion. I have found that they will take a word that is supposed to be a good word, and they will have, and the numbers underneath are kind of a dark core. Where's it? For example, I did the word falcon, and I wasn't really going to bring this to you because I didn't really find any major gems in here. I do think it's interesting, though. Falcon is a major symbol, like the Millennium Falcon. Also, in a lot of the 923 symbols, there's a falcon in there somewhere. But what I want to tell you is that the word con is taken to be like somebody who will con you. But from my numbers, it looks like this is the upward-facing pentacle, which is the evolving man. So this is what I find. This is why I think it's important to do these things. I find some of these associations that we have with words actually have a subliminal number frequency meaning that is opposite to what we think it means. And I think it's worth it to be aware of that. All right, well, thanks for watching. I hope you like this little tidbit. And if you have any idea about why this is a 9/11, besides, well, I mean, you can say whatever you want, but we know that the dark does like to do dark things on 9/11. We've seen that for sure. But I do believe that 9/11 wasn't supposed to be a dark number. It was supposed to be a hopeful number, and then the dark is using it as a day to scare and, you know, as sort of a synonymous with terror. And I feel like they're kind of doing that with ISIS too, where they make ISIS synonymous with terror, and where, you know, I'm not an ISIS worshiper either. I don't know Egyptian cosmology, but I think that she is, you know, kind of akin to Mother Nature. From some of the videos I've been kind of learning more about, you know, and she's also the embodiment of Venus, possibly associated with Mary Magdalene, Ishtar, Inanna, Marie, and those are kind of divine female, which looks like they're trying to associate that with terrorism. So that's what the dark does. So this is why it's like untangling Christmas lights. We don't know, you know, and so we just have to keep looking at the clues. Well, anyway, thank you for watching. See you in the next one.